Yay Media Group.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans podcast.
Happy 2026. It's officially a new year, and with new beginnings come some sheddings, which means that today we are officially filming Jonathan's official goodbye.
It feels so weird, guys. I was just telling Blanca that I cannot believe that something I created feels so foreign to me now. I feel like a guest. I feel nervous. I feel like when we would go to LA and we would collab with other YouTubers, that's how I feel right now. I'm like, oh shit, are they gonna hate me? Are they not gonna like me? And it's weird, you know?
Yeah, you don't know how to act?
No, and it hit me. When did I guess I got a notification from Spill the Beans and I clicked it and it took me to the profile and it was like pink. And I was like, oh shit. Like I knew you had showed me that, but I didn't know it went into like effect. I was like, oh my God, like this isn't Spill the Beans anymore, you know?
It is, but for the girls.
Yeah, but for the girls. Like it's just so funny.
Yeah, I guess today we just want to dive in and tell you guys the real reason why Jonathan is not going to be a part of Spill the Beans anymore, and just like kind of talk to you and just for him to say his goodbyes. Like we didn't want him to ghost you. We wanted to have closure,
guys.
And to really introduce the show as Spill the Beans for the girls and to tell you what to look forward to. Today I don't have my co-host. I don't have Noemi here, my bestie. She is in California, Disneyland with Penny, and it's just been so chaotic, guys. Like after the holidays, it's Penny's birthday and then New Year's and then Franco's birthday's coming up, and then we always take our annual Disney trip. This year we went to Disney World. Like it has been so hectic and so busy. So obviously it was like kind of crazy to start the new year without uploading in January. So we decided to do today was to come and have Jonathan and just pick his brain a little bit about how he's been feeling these last few months and what he's been doing, because he's been MIA basically kind of a little bit if you don't follow us on like J&J vlogs. But yeah, that's what we're here to do. And it just, before I even pressed record, I was like, wait, this feels so weird because for 5 years we did this every single week.
Yeah.
And now you haven't been here for like months.
It feels so foreign, guys. I can't believe it, but I'm excited, and I'm excited where the girls are going to take this channel now, and it's up to them.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit into today's episode, babe. I'm going to have you, I have some questions that I'm going to ask you today.
Okay.
And you just speak from your heart, okay?
Okay.
So when we first started this podcast 5 years ago, what was your vision?
Wow. That's a good question. My vision was, I think, and we were pretty successful at it, was to build a community. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, influencers, they'll like have their main thing and then they'll have like a spam, or they'll have like a Patreon or an OnlyFans or just something smaller. And I wanted to create that, but like where it could be like we could talk to each other back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
So that was my Spill the Beans. And it was like something a little bit more serious, because back then, before kids, when we were doing J&J vlogs, it was like a lot of drinking, pranks, like acting like our age. And I wanted Spill the Beans to be like, okay, no, we're that, but we're also like mature. We like to help the community. We like to advocate for the community. So Spill the Beans was that outlet, you know?
Yeah. And I also remember that when we first started it, you never thought like it would become what it was either. Like you never thought we would monetize off of it the way that we did. Like we were like, okay, we'll make some money off of YouTube, but it was never like, oh, we'll have a production team, an editor. Like that was crazy.
Brand deals in it, sponsors. Yeah, never nothing like that. That was crazy.
Yeah. So what has the podcast given you personally? Because we have J&J vlogs, you have my channel, which still feels kind of like not as serious as a podcast. So what do you think the podcast gave you?
The podcast has given me like a sense of, for a long time, it was really a really good way to like vent and to also communicate better with you guys. I feel like in the vlogs, you see the highlights of life, right? You see the highlights, like the IG highlights where life is dandy, birthday parties, traveling, buying cars. surprising my wife with this, and the podcast was really a way to vent to you guys, like the miscarriage scare we had, the really struggling with, like, I don't know, like the what's going on in society with when Franco fell and cracked his head open, like that kind of stuff, like it was a way to get really connect to people and let them know like influencers aren't perfect.
And also that we were more relatable. Like it wasn't just partying every weekend. I was like, no, we deal with real life things too. I love that. And what made you realize that this season of life you're in right now needed a shift?
Dang, that's a good question. I just feel like, so first of all, what started it off was the food truck, right? Like I opened up a food truck. We all opened up a food truck. And I thought I was Superman. I was like, I can balance everything. I can balance J&J Vlogs. I can balance Spill the Beans. I can balance Vibe & Co. And then I can balance
Bell and Frank. Because you did all of the back end of that too.
And then I can do the food truck. And on top of that, I can be a parent, a amazing dad to a 4 and a 2-year-old. 3 and a 1-year-old at the time. And what pisses me off is that there aren't enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
I was killing it. If I had 30 hours in a day, I would kill it. But unfortunately, like I ran out of time, guys.
Unfortunately, you gotta sleep sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta sleep, and that pisses me off. But it's true, like you have to, because if I'm not sleeping or if I'm not resting or if I'm not playing with my kids, I'm a bad dad. All my businesses are up. If all my businesses are up and they're doing good, maybe Franco will hit me with the, ay, ¿por qué siempre trabajas? ¿Por qué no juegas conmigo? Blah, 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 or like a date night with my wife, or like even you noticed it, like we hadn't watched a show in forever because I'm like, no, I need to go to sleep. Like, what's this staying up till 1 or 2? Like, that's ridiculous. I got to wake up at 6, So I looked up, I laid everything on the table and I was like, something needs to go. Vibin had already left, which made me really upset because I told her this. I was like, Vibin has such a good like business model. Not because of the money making, because of the self-sufficient way that it could like pay for people's therapy and the money that comes in from you guys pays for therapy, basically is what I'm trying to say. So I was like, I need to bring that back because the letters we were getting, the gifts we were getting, like una de las virgencitas que tengo in the office till this day, Vibin's office, is because someone sent it because we paid for her therapy. Like that means a lot to us. And that really made me upset that Vibin close. I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring back Vibin for sure. Something needs to go. And it all happened that weekend or that week I couldn't film Spill the Beans because I had the food truck. It was busy. So Noemi hopped in. And Noemi and Blanca did a podcast and they killed it. It got so many views. The vibes were there. And the comments, the number top 10 comments were like, petition to replace
Noemi or
Jonathan with Noemi, blah, blah, blah. And I saw those. I was at work when I saw those comments because it was a Friday. And I knew I was done with Spill the Beans when I saw those comments, and I was happy. I didn't feel any sort of like anger. I didn't feel irritated, frustrated. I didn't feel like, oh my God, like who do these people think they are? Like, and I was like, oh my God, like this would be great, like I can't do Spill the Beans anymore because I just don't have the time for it. And I'm the type of person that like, le tienes que echar ganas, or if I'm going to do it, I have to do it good.
And a lot of people were like, what do you mean he can't sit for an hour a day and film a podcast?
It's not just
and I was like, do you guys not understand that Jonathan sets up, talks to the producer, does our emails, does our brand deals, our ad reads. He sends everything. He connects everything. I had no idea how to do anything. I would literally sit on the couch and talk. And he did everything else. And when he started teaching me how to do everything, I was like, I don't like this, Grandpa. This is crazy,
And when you have to work like for example, Monday or Tuesdays were recording day, even though like for you guys, it might be like, what do you mean it's just 1 hour? It's like, let's say you have a doctor's appointment on Thursday, right? You kind of like, even though that doctor's appointment is 1 hour, you kind of revolve your whole day around that, right? You're like, oh, I'm not going to go to maybe my Zumba class in the afternoon because my doctor appointment will back me up the cooking that I have to have for my husband when he gets off of work. So that'd be selfish if he gets home tired. And like, so that podcast would back me up from potentially doing stuff for the food truck or for J&J Vlogs with an ad read, with another sponsor, or with my kids. You know what I mean? So yeah, so then Blanca kind of like one day, I think it was the next Saturday or Sunday when we like reconnect, she's like, did you see the comments? And then I was like, you were probably expecting me to be like,
he's going to be sad.
like sad, yeah. And like rightfully so, you know? And I was like, yeah. And I'm not mad at all. Like,
you're like, you should tell Noemi.
Yeah, I was like, please tell Noemi like to jump in. We started first like hopping in once a month or something like that.
Yeah, we started saying like, hey Noemi, I think we should do girl talks. Maybe just like come and record like 3 times. Or like maybe he can make time 1 week a month to do the podcast. And then that's when we started like laying everything out on the table and be like, that's going to be so inconsistent. Like people are going to start getting mad because like, oh, this week Jonathan's on, this week Noemi's on, this week there's no podcast because nobody could do it. Or I feel like it was just going to be way too much, and it was going to be like a broken home type of vibe, you know, like you don't know who's going to be there that week. And it was just kind of a deal breaker for us. And I knew for a long time that Jonathan had given everything to the podcast that he had. Like, there were only so many toxic stories we could talk about. There were only so much advice we could give at our ripe age of 26. And there was just not anything else that we could contribute together in the podcast to give it more quality, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was like, okay, like, babe, are you sure? And I was so sad because I was like, are you sure? Like, well, we've done this for so many years. It's been so successful. Like, it's been literally our extra monthly income that we don't even necessarily need. It was just kind of our savings account. And I was like, you built this. Like, this was your baby. I was just there to help. And he was like, no, like, I'm like, take it on. And I think it's because Jonathan's true dream and purpose in this life has been to own his restaurant. So with the food truck, like, that's when I saw the spark come back into his life. Like, I've never seen him happier, more tired, exhausted, but like so excited to start the next day than it is with the food truck. So I was like, okay, like, that's why I wasn't even like, no, babe, like, let's just try to keep going. You know, I was like, okay, perfect, let's do it.
Yeah. And my other thing was like, I feel like 2 girls, you guys see that, like, Call Her Daddy, this other podcast that Blanca watches, I forget the name, but point is, guys, like, you guys see it, like, you guys aren't dumb. There'd be times when we would go to LA or like we would have like Lulu on, for example, right? And she was going through stuff, and like me being like, how do I call it? Like, how do you say it? Like, I just wanted to give like the respect there. Like, it would be so awkward that if Lulu is like kind of like talking, venting, there's just me just sitting there. I can't relate with anything you're saying because I'm not a girl. It may be more awkward for you just having a guy there staring at you, crying or making you feel weird. So I was like, that time Blanca was like, okay, it'll be a girl talk with Lulu. And then it'll be a girl talk with, who else did you do?
We had Gabby on.
Girl talk with Gabby. And it was like, when the big hitters need to come on, I'm not a part of it anymore. Yeah. The very first times were cool. Like, we had Lulu. I remember we did Stacy, and then we did Laura. I was part of it, you know? But I was like, we have so many more girl influencer friends, and it just can't be like me and Blanca and then the girl.
Yeah.
Like that, just like, if you truly want a juicy podcast, a podcast where they talk about something vulnerable, something intimate, like, you can't just have a guy there staring at them. You know?
Yeah, it would just be awkward. And I feel like even the comments would be like, what is Jonathan doing here?
Yeah, like, how is a girl going to talk about her sex life or vent about her husband when the other husband is right there? You know what I mean? So I was like, that would just be you. But I was like, if you make this like a girl podcast and Noemi's there, now it gets juicy. Now you guys can talk about the shit your husbands do that you don't like. Now we can
talk our shit, baby.
Yeah, and that way you can reach and collab with more people, and like, you know, and I was like, the roof of the potential with 2 girls on a podcast is just way higher than me and Blanca, I feel like.
And it was never an option for me to do it by myself because what am I going to talk about? You know, like
yeah,
it would have been
because
so
I feel
weird.
like there's people, guys, that we've been wanting to get, and it's like, oh, but Jonathan, like I would feel weird. Like I'm gonna straight up say it and speak it into existence for Blanca and Noemi. We've wanted to have Eve Ortiz and Wendy Ortiz on the podcast, but like me being there, that's like the vibes aren't there. I feel like.
Yeah, like I feel like, oh, it's a couple podcasts. Like, why would I go on a
Yeah,
couple
exactly.
podcasts
We could
if
do
I'm-
Joanna and Jesus because they're a couple.
Yeah.
Laura and Victor, they were a couple. But once like Wendy, like, you know, the traumas of a mom, or the influencer relatability, or I can't even say-
Relatability?
yeah, that you have together because you guys are both influencers and
Yeah.
from Colorado. Like I would just stick out like a sore thumb, and it just was bad. So I was like, no, 2 girls would be chef's kiss.
Yeah, and also I feel like we wanted to try this instead of letting go of the podcast for good. Like it sounded so sad when we closed Vibe and Co. It wasn't like, okay, let's stop doing Vibe and Co. It's like we literally cannot continue doing Vibe because we're so busy. When we closed Belle and Frank, it was the same. It was like I literally don't have time to be ordering clothes, shooting the clothes, shipping them out, doing all the things. And with Spill the Beans, it's like, no, like we have had this since basically you started doing influencing full time. And it would be so sad if we're just like, okay, goodbye, Spill the Beans, even though we had a production team, a steady income. Like that was all so sad to let go of. So when he was like, no, I think Noemi should come on and be your co-host, I was like, oh, okay, like I could do that because I love talking shit with Noemi. Like, well, it was perfect, you know?
It was perfect.
So yeah, we're so thankful for Noemi. When I brought it up to her, I was like, I hope she says yes, because it's also really scary to go from like not like living a private life and then going online and like talking about your experiences and not knowing how people are going to receive it. But so far, I feel like 90% of the feedback has been amazing, and getting to show Noemi's personality and the reason why we're friends, it has been so good. So this year is exciting. I think we have a lot of cool things under our belt. But yeah, it's still sad. Like I'm still sad to say like, okay, babe, sorry. Like I'm going to go film the podcast. And we also had thought like, you know what, for like from November to February, it'll be you. And then from March to September, it'll be Noemi. And then we're like, okay, that's way too crazy.
No,
like Jonathan has already been like working on the food truck stuff. So he's like, I'm already working on it. There's no way. Like there's just no time. So yeah, we tried, but it just wouldn't have made it work. We would not have been able to make it work. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The new year does not require a new you, maybe more of a less burden you. Therapy can help more easily identify what weighs you down or holds you back by offering an unbiased perspective to better understand your relationships, motivations, and emotions. I feel like this year I'm focusing more on just surviving and not putting any expectations on myself. I feel like every year we all make vision boards and put crazy goals and we feel sad if we don't accomplish them. And this year I'm letting go of all of the pressure and just going with the flow. And although that's very hard to do, I feel like we all want perfection, especially going into a new year. I feel like now that I didn't do that this year, I don't feel like I'm behind on anything. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct, and they are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp actually does the initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and your preferences, and their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right the first time. And what's great is that if you are not happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recs. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a qualified therapist. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/spillthebeans. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans. Let's talk about what you're going to do, because you're not just going to stay at home, obviously. You have a lot of big things coming this year. last year, for the first time in your life, you saw what it was like to be a food business owner.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you talked a little bit about it on the podcast because we were still filming it kind of weekly.
Yeah.
But what do you think has been like your biggest takeaway? Like, did you think it was harder than people say it is, or what were your expectations versus reality?
I loved it. It was a lot of work, a lot of physical work, mental work, but everyone has their like perks. Like, for example, mi compadre Luis, he works car sales, and I always tell him, like, I don't know how you do it. That's like mentally draining. When I sold cars, I hated it. I was good at it, but I hated it because I just didn't like it. But to him, he looks forward to working every day.
Mm-hmm.
So if I tell people, yeah, I wake up at 7 a.m. and I go to sleep every day at 2 a.m. and I burn myself and I have scars, and some people might think that's hell. Like, that's horrible. Like, why would you want to do that? But to me, it's fun. So
Yeah.
and I love it. I'm working with my favorite food every single day. I'm working for my brother-in-law. I'm working for myself, and I'm just building something. And it was so successful in the first year. Like, that is crazy. And I guess we never talked about like the success JJ's had, but in the 5 months that I operated, it did really well. And it's all thanks to you guys. I hate when influencers are oblivious or they don't give the recognition that is deserved. Like, oh, I started this, it just did good because I'm a badass influencer. Like, hell no. Like, I recognize and I know that if I wasn't an influencer, if my wife wasn't one of the biggest influencers in the state of Colorado, I would have struggled way more with my food truck. There would be no one outside waiting to try my food. I would have to go through it like every other food truck beginner, which shout out to them, guys. Like, I would sometimes park next to other people with food trucks, and they would have 2 or 3 customers all day. And I thank God so much, and I thank like God for my wife, because I was like, that would have been me. Like, that would have had to start from scratch, from zero. And no matter how good the food is, which I truly pride myself on, that the food that we serve is really good. No matter how good it is, people just wouldn't know us, and we would be that food truck where 2 or 3 people at the beginning, you know. So, like, I give all credit to you guys, and but I knew, like, I told Joe and I told Blanca from the beginning, our food is gonna be so good that it's not like they're gonna first, like, I know people are gonna come and form a line because of who we are. Okay, I get that. But now the point is for them to try our food and to come back, because that's where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, it's pretty hard to fuck up a burger and some wings, you know? So not only did we not fuck it up, we made it even more special, you know? And we moved around. Our marketing was crazy. Our sauces are all from scratch. So we made a lot of money, a lot of connections, a lot of friends. Like, all our like regulars are people that, like, some of them didn't even know that we were influencers.
Mm-hmm.
They just stopped by and they became regulars. That tells you
Or
a
they
lot.
were like friends of our watchers.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it was so cool to see someone come, and then the next week they would come with their whole family, and then the next week they would bring friends, and then the next week everyone was showing up because, oh, we love it so much. Like, where are you guys gonna be? Getting phone calls to the work phone, and being like, ¿Dónde se van a parquear ahora? And it was like these Hispanic dads that
like
their
dads.
daughters watch us, and ay, no son mis hijas, déjenles hablo. ¿Dónde se van a parquear ahora? Es que no tengo Instagram. That was insane. I was like, holy shit, like, JJ's is actually that girl right now.
And it's so, like, another thing that I cut this out from the last food truck video because it was just me, like, ranting, but I guess I'll rant here too, guys. It's so crazy that, like, in June when we were reaching out to all these breweries, like, it was breweries, like, white people looking at us funny, like, oh, here comes another guy that thinks his food truck's the shit. Like, oh yeah, here, give this email or send this email. Oh, here's a number of the owner, of the manager, call him. Like, I see, like, no nos ponían atención, you know? And, like, I get it. They're not very, like, being mean. They're just, like, they're like whatever, you know, whatever. Like, I'm busy. Like, I have to run this restaurant. Here's this. Call the number if you want to be one of the food trucks that parks here at the brewery or whatever. And we went in those 5 months from, like, I would get so nervous and so scared to get off and talk to these breweries, present myself, tell them who I am, tell them what food we serve, and then, like, finally getting, like, la entrada. Okay, come this Saturday. And then, like, I've driven, like, semi trucks and trailers and stuff in Mexico, but like I hadn't done it in a while, right? My last real job was in 2020. So I hadn't had to drive a trailer. I hadn't had to do none of that like manly stuff since then. So like I was reversing my little trailer into like crowded out, like really tight spots with my truck, and then burning myself, and then the generator not working. And like the white people, the manager looking at their clock and then looking at me like, what's this dumbass doing? You know, like shit like that. To like literally the last day, we were at the biggest brewery in Longmont. It's called Wibby's, and the manager was this like American lady, and all the other, they were literally like she had a little bit of drinks in her, but she was like almost on the verge of tears. She was like, we're gonna miss you guys so much. You guys are like family to us, and like I can't believe you guys are closing for so long. Can I please give you these dates, and like you just come work like these few dates in January so we can like see you guys and stuff. And like it's so crazy that we went from those newbie guys like getting rejected by breweries to like the staple, like no es para like show off and like in the most humble way, but I would say 3 out of the 5 breweries all gave us dibs on like first dibs on 2026. Like we already have 2026 dates for those 3 breweries all set up. Like on my phone, I already have the year booked out for those breweries. So it's like, and you can't do that just based off of vibes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm a nice guy. Thanks for like free dibs on the biggest breweries in Colorado or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's because the food is genuinely good and the people there receive it well. We have good customer service, and it's just the vibe.
Yeah, I remember you guys being nervous to do that Shoes and Brew. So it's like a brewery that's connected to a running shoe store, and they have like this super cool run club on Thursdays where they go out and run for like, what is it, a mile, 2 miles?
You can do whatever you want.
And then you come back to the brewery, you get some drinks and vibes. And they were so nervous because they're like, who's going to want to eat like after they run? Like burgers? I don't know if people are going to like it. To them being like, hey, are you guys coming this Thursday? Like everyone's asking for you. Please tell me you're going to be here. And when they couldn't be there, they're like, oh no, like we really wanted you, you know? So it was so crazy to see that. Going from, I don't know if any brewery is gonna let me set up there, to now being like, oh, they're calling me to see if I'm gonna be there this Saturday, you know? So insane.
Like we have a 2-day event in Estes Park for 300 people in July, guys. And that was booked out in August, so a whole year in advance. From someone that tried our food and was like, I need you for my family reunion. My dad had 13 kids, and there's about 50 grandkids plus their spouses and their kids. So it's like,
and people asking us, can you come do my wedding like at midnight when everyone's drunk, or can you do my son's birthday? And we're like, we haven't even tapped into catering yet, but the fact that there were people already like, hey, can you please come to my private event was insane. And for us, it's like, we are so proud of the community we built. We know that we would not be shit without you guys, but the fact that it's not even just you guys anymore, like it's people in our town that have never even crossed paths with us being like, your food is so good. I think my biggest takeaway of the food truck was working like customer service and taking orders and being the cash register or whatever. And how do you even say, like, American people coming up to us and like being like, your food is one of the best burgers like I have ever tried. Like these are the best wings I have ever tried. But like being like, I don't even know this person, and they're saying that about our food. Like that is insane. And then on the other side, like our close friends coming by and be like, yo, your food is so good. Like them calling in because they knew that the orders were already an hour long, and be like, yo, bro, it's gonna be an hour. Like I don't think, no, like put me down, I'll be there in an hour. Like that was so crazy. And I'm just like so proud of you and my brother, because you guys did the damn thing. And I worked that shit for like a month, and I was like, nah, goodbye, because you guys do not even understand the amount, like the lines we had out of the food truck, and then the wait times going up to an hour and 30 minutes. And people would be like, no, yeah, like I'll come back, or no, yeah, like I'm gonna go run some errands, I'll be back for dinner. Like I couldn't do that. It's so hard to keep up with. And the fact that Jonathan like already has to see if he can hire an employee this year is insane. Like other than you and Joe, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it did so well, and that's why I'm like, no, you do your thing, like influencing. And we've said this so much. Influencing was always my thing. This is my dream. Like I'm living my life, girl. Like I'm happy where I'm at. And Jonathan's dream was this, what you're doing now with the food truck. So I feel like we're both finally living our dreams. And I'm not gonna lie, like it is hard. From Wednesday to the Saturday, I rarely see him. I'm always with the kids. Thank God I have my mom. And at night when I'm like doing the nighttime routine by myself, I'm like, God damn, girl, where are you? And I'm always checking his location. It's like, oh, he's still at the kitchen. He's still doing this. He's still doing that. So it is hard, but I feel like we're both doing it for our kids, you know? So one day, like, we're going to look back at these days and be like, damn, do you remember when we were doing all of that? And now we're here.
Yeah, one of the biggest, like, things I always see on TikTok, it's like, don't freaking complain about what you prayed so much about for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like, I remember it being January, February. I was trying to get my permits, and I didn't even know where to start, where to even go. My freaking water heater wasn't working. And it was like, oh my God, like, this is a mess. To, like, in November, I was getting stressed one day because I literally had, like, so many, like, breweries texting me and calling me, like, can you do this? We had a university that wanted us on a Monday, and we don't even work Mondays. And, like, I was stressed, and I'm like, whoa, Jonathan, like, well, I saw the TikTok, and then I was like, yo, like, chill out, quit being a pussy. Like, this is what you wanted, right? Like, this is what you prayed for.
Or did you just want to sit there and, like, hope for a customer to show up? Like, you were booked and busy, which was so insane to see. So, yeah, I feel like basically that wraps up what he's doing now. Like, we're still trying to give some of our priority to J&J Vlogs. I feel like you're still vlogging in life. And the reason we stick to J&J Vlogs, it's because it is, like, our family channel. So the kids come out a little bit more in there. And we want to have the memories, you know, and if it's still making a good enough income and, like, we can put that in savings, that's absolutely perfect. And we're never going to let go of that, because truly, like, our YouTube channels are what have given our businesses so much success. So why would we stop doing it, you know?
Yeah. And then I told Joe back in, like, July when I was, like, knees deep in this shit. I was like, okay, I for sure 100% want December off. Like, there's no way, like, I want to do Vlogmas because I'm just going to be straight up. I was like, lo que hago de un video from YouTube is a 16-hour shift at JJ's, you know, burning myself, slipping, falling, like, just being stressed or arguing with Joe or, like, this and that in the cold and the heat. And it's like, it made me value YouTube so much more, because we used to be like, oh, I'll upload. We got lazy for a bit there. Like, I did for J&J. I was like, a video once a month, blah, blah, blah. Like, what else am I going to do? Vibing, a launch every 3 months. Life is good, blah, blah. You get complacent. And I was like, wow, this YouTube thing is such a blessing. You know, I was like, the money that it comes from it, like, I'm not taking full advantage of it. So I was like, I'm going to take this little break, and I'm going to echarle ganas at YouTube and just, like, keep it going as much as I can with just J&J Vlogs and JJ's Buzz and Drums.
Yeah. And we also think that we definitely needed December because we got to travel with the kids a lot more and have, like, undivided quality time. Undivided, is that what I mean? Divided. I'm stressed. So yeah, I told Jonathan, I was like, because he was like, I could have just kept working all of December, like, it hasn't snowed, whatever. And I'm like, no, because then we would not have traveled. It would have been so insane, because that's just way too long without you helping me with the night routine. It's a little scary up in here. But also, like, this is what everybody tells influencers when you're big. Like, make sure you're investing in other places, right? Like, don't just think, I'm going to do YouTube for the rest of your life, because you very well could. And hopefully, like, for the rest of your life, people want to watch you. But say you start up an amazing business like JJ's. And I told Jonathan this too, because I was like, yeah, babe, like, you're telling me, oh, what I make on one YouTube video, I make it one shift at JJ's, which is a lot. And I'm like, yeah, but I feel like this is what people say, well, you better invest in other things, because then it's like uploading 5 videos a week, you know, that you're making at JJ's, and that's going to be forever, you know? Like, if it's so successful, you are creating this business that is going to give you YouTube money, but for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And even bigger, because un día, si Dios quiere, it'll be a restaurant, and then on a franchise, who knows, you know? So yeah, like, that's when we truly sat down. We're like, damn, like, this is what people say, take advantage of where you are right now, you know, because, and I would always tell Jonathan, I was like, babe, do you know how many people wish they had your subscribers on YouTube? Like, you need to start uploading
or
more.
like that, the fact that I make money on YouTube, like I'm able to get paid and I don't upload on, TikTok, and I don't upload on TikTok. And it was like, wow. But yeah, and another reason with the whole, like, going back to spill the beans and letting go of it was because 2025 was really the year. I think I heard of this at the beginning of the year, and that's what motivated me to like get on Marketplace and buy the truck. It was like the year of like clarity. No, what do you call? No, what do you call when like you finally realize things, like
realization
in line? Yeah, kind of like that. It was like basically I heard 2025 and I was like, 2025, I saw it as like someone pushed me into a pool and I fought my way, not knowing, like, not good swimming technique to get to the edge of the pool and get out of it.
Okay.
2026, you're pushing me in, but now I'm going to backstroke. I'm going to
now
butterfly.
You know how to swim.
Now I know how to swim, and it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
I have everything lined up. I know how this business works. I have the connections. I'm going to get a bigger food truck. And now, as many of you guys know, we're like we tapped in, a little bit too late, but we're going to blow up beginning this year with our bottled sauces. So hopefully we can ship those to you guys, for everyone that obviously doesn't live in Colorado. And it's like, that's a whole nother business, you know?
Yeah.
That I want to potentially put an employee to help Joe at the food truck, and then I can do more. Like, we didn't do so many things, guys. I didn't even tap into the bottled sauces. I could have done that at the peak of like summer when kids were off and we were like busy like 24/7 every single day, every single minute.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been selling sauces left and right. Merch, that's a whole nother thing. I didn't even, like, I have so many funny ideas, guys, for merch, for JJ's Buns and Drums, with shirts, with stickers, with hats. Like, so, like, because I feel like a lot of people came from out of state, right? They tried the food, they drove here, they flew, and like, obviously they would have loved to take like a shirt back, like as a memorabilia. Like, I'm big on that.
Or
like,
a little magnet.
Yeah, like we just went to Gatorland and I was like, wow, like realistically, I'll never probably be back, and I just want to have like a piece of this place. I thought it was so cool, and like just have it there in my house and know that like I went to Gatorland one day. So it's like all the couples that flew from Chicago, from Cali, it's like, oh, I have this shirt to remind me when I flew with my honey to visit Blanca and Jonathan's food truck, you know? So it's like, I didn't even tap into merch. I didn't even tap into like catering. Like I put, okay, JJ's is going to be public food truck, but also private for catering events. Couldn't even accept one catering event because we were so booked up with breweries and special summer events like 4th of July and festivals and parades. So it's like 2026 is just it's gonna be even bigger, and just every year after that.
And I'm literally dreading March. Like, usually in January, I'm like, oh my God, January is the longest month of the fucking year. Like, it's already 2027. And now I'm like, why is it going so fast? Like, you just stopped working and now you're about to go back. Like, what is life right now? But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do, because I feel like you obviously don't see much of the back end of the work that they put in, but literally like waking up and at 8 a.m. they're already prepping and doing like a bunch of shit for the day. I'm like, girl, this is insane. And I just wish we could vlog it all and like upload it, but it's like, obviously you have no time to do any of that. And I'm just so excited to see what they do this year. And if you guys want to come like visit J&J's, I feel like all of the people that would come in from out of state were like, was so worth it. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend and would come back. And we literally had a family of like, how many were they? 12?
Yeah, shout out to them. I think they were from Texas.
Yeah, they road tripped from Texas to Colorado for their family trip of the year, their annual family trip, to try JJ's. And then they obviously explored like Boulder and stuff. I was like, oh, like what? That was our biggest order ever, huh?
Yeah, we had like 10 burgers and like 80 wings.
Yeah, like they just wanted to try everything.
Aparte de like the freaking other 100 orders we had from other like just people there.
This podcast is sponsored by Nurture Life. As a parent, we don't need to tell you how busy you are. Our partner, Nurture Life, makes serving healthy meals much easier for me and more enjoyable for our kids. Our kids can be wildly picky around new foods, but now that we have been using Nurture Life, I actually get jealous of their meals. Nurture Life is a meal delivery service that makes nutritious meals and snacks your kids actually want to eat, while giving parents the support that we need too. Nurture Life's whole menu is perfect for kids ages 10 months to 10 years old. Their fresh meals and snacks are delicious, nutritious, and fully cooked. That means that they are ready to serve in just 1 minute. Nurture Life also lets kids enjoy a healthy, nutritionally balanced diet while still eating all their favorites like mac and cheese, spaghetti and meatballs, and much more, so parents can be sure there's always a healthy meal that their little ones will love. That's why Nurture Life is the top meal delivery service for babies and kids, and it is even allergy friendly too. My daughter Belen is wildly obsessed with mac and cheese, and the fact that it's nutritionally balanced is amazing, so we have been making that quite often at our house. So how does Nurture Life work? It's simple. Choose from more than 50 varieties of nutritious, balanced meals on their menu, from finger foods for babies and toddlers to kids' meals for older kids. Then Nurture Life does the cooking for you, and the fresh meals are delivered straight to your door in refrigerated packaging. Nurture Life takes so much stress and anxiety out of feeding our kids. We don't have to scramble to make healthy meals for them and worry about if they'll even like them anymore. So head to nurturelife.com/spillthebeans55 and use code spillthebeans55 for 55% off your first order plus free shipping. That's right, 55% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's nurturelife.com/spillthebeans55 and make sure you use our promo code spillthebeans55. Even if you aren't a parent with young kids, you might have parent friends that can struggle with mealtime. Make sure to share our code so that our show gets the credit. Remember, put your little ones first with healthy meals from Nurture Life.
That is crazy, but yeah, guys, that's exciting. That's fun. And I feel like I just want to make a little disclaimer that I heard the other day. It was like, oh, why are you like saying that a little ass food truck is so much work? I've talked to various restaurant owners that also started with the food truck, and they all say that having a food truck is actually more work and harder than when you actually get your little location restaurant, because filling up the gas generator, waking up early, cleaning it like after you're done, pulling it, moving, setting up, that is all more tiring and exhausting than just showing up, turning on the lights, and then prepping.
Yeah,
and then mopping the floors
true.
And cleaning and leaving.
That's
you know
true,
what I mean?
because you literally wake up and you're like, okay, I have to go fill this up. I have to go. Well,
you have to go to Denver and buy it. Whereas a physical, like they ship it to you.
Yeah,
and like
that's true.
So that's what I've heard. Because I was like, oh no, like oh my god, like if this is all the work for my food truck, I can't even imagine like a restaurant. And then you talk to all these restaurant owners, right? Like you just start to meet people and connect, or like I'll be at like a food truck event. And then they're like, oh, yeah, this is my food truck, but I actually also own a restaurant. And I'm here running this event because my restaurant is easier to run than this food truck. That's why I'm here as the owner. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, oh, Marco's Hot Dogs are friends and everything. Like, your family, like, the physical location is easier than all these other food trucks they have. And it's like, because you're up and down, you're pulling weight. Te estás machucando los dedos when you hook up the trailer, the coldness, the ice. Like, so... yeah, just to like have that in your guys' head that it's not like
it ain't easy. Yeah. I remember I don't remember where we were, and you called my dad. Can you come help us? I think that the food truck fell off the hook or whatever. Yeah. I was like, damn, like you don't even think about that if you own a restaurant, you know, like it's just there. But yeah, it was such an insane experience, and it was also really fun. Like even for our kids, like Franco, every single day that the food truck was open, he wanted pollo y papas. Like you could not convince him to eat anything else than his dad's food truck, which is insane. And he like literally says, oh, cuando esté grande voy a trabajar en la troca de pollo. Like I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be such a amazing what's it called, experience for our kids too. Like where's dad? Oh, you know, my dad owns a food truck, or he owns a restaurant one day. And that's basically, I feel like that was the main reason why you left the podcast. And I feel like there's really no going back. You know, there's no time where you could say like, yeah, one day I'm going to slow down enough to be able to do the podcast again. Like you're just going to get busier. God willing.
Yeah, when I had the food truck, because there was this little gap at the end of November when Noemi took over and I was still working the food truck, and it felt like I would get 10, realistically, like I'm not gonna exaggerate, like 10 people maybe in the whole day be like, are you really done with the podcast? Like, I loved you guys. I love the relationship advice, the talks, how like honest and like sin pelos en la lengua you were. And it was like, yeah, like I'm sorry. Like part of me like feels bad because I feel like you guys subscribed for something and now you're getting something different. It feels like sometimes like when you're following an Instagram, all of it, like this happened the other day. I was on my Instagram and I saw like this weird like post about like this girl like inquiring about something. I was like, what the frick did I follow this, you know? And then I clicked the comments and it was like, I'm genuinely so upset. Like, you guys are sellouts. And it was a football page that I follow, but they started letting like OnlyFans girls, World Star girls, like promote their stuff. Damn. So boom, like all the comments, thousands and thousands of comments were like this is so stupid. This is ridiculous. I can't believe you guys are doing this. So whatever, I unfollowed the page, and it's like, I lost my train of thought, but
that's the vibes you were
yeah,
giving?
like I feel like I don't want people. Oh yeah, that's what I thought it was. But at the end of the day, like I feel like you guys have something special. Like,
yeah,
I petitioned to name it "Finding the Bean" or what? Find the Bean, because I was like, it's girl talk, it's fun, like, you know. And then you can like, for example, you guys had your hairdresser, yes. And then you can have other girls, and like it's Finding a vibe, and you can even have like, you know,
that's not very PG-13 of you, babe.
Well, this isn't a PG-13.
Yeah, I think for a while I thought of changing the name and being like, you know what, it really isn't. But I feel like to honor the hard work that you put into, like, I feel like we both put into it, but you did, like, you said it them and it took you forever. I feel like to honor it, I added to the name instead of changing the name completely, you know? So I was like, spill the beans for the girls. Spill your girl's bean. You know? So I don't know, like, maybe you guys think that it's better for us to name it something else or whatever, but if you guys haven't already seen, like, our new photo is banging. Jonathan did take that picture, like, that
is really good.
Yeah,
and Ian and the whole production team popped off with the editing.
Yeah, and our new description is different, and we're so excited for what this year has in store for us, and we're really excited to also have you on, like, once in a blue moon, you know, have you on for like a guy talk, questions girls are too afraid to ask guys or whatever. But yeah, like officially you're handing the mic over to me.
That's sad, guys.
Throwing the towel in.
I was like, I told Blanca, I was like, y me lo cuidan, eh? Like, cuiden, like, this is my baby I'm giving to you guys, like, take care of it. Because I'm like, did you message Ian? Did you do this?
Yeah,
like, babe,
Jonathan,
did you make the thumbnail? Like, I'm passing something off like important. And I'm like, you guys haven't uploaded in 3 weeks. Like, do you know that? You know, obviously it's the beginning of the year. It's crazy. It's chaotic. But I was like, when you guys get back consistent, like, I'm looking forward to that consistency.
Yeah. And to like stay on top of it. Cause Jonathan like truly kept me on my toes. Like, hey, we're filming today. Hey, this ad's due today. Hey, Ian said this. Hey, Ian said that. And now he's like, are you like making sure that you're in a group chat with him, with Noemi? Are you replying to the emails? Are you looking at the ads? I'm like, I'm trying.
It's not more because, I run things better. No, it's because I know my wife's schedule is busy as it is, and now she's kind of taking up this, like, my role in that it was. I was like, oh, like, she already has a lot on her plate, you know? So it's like, I'm just kind of like, I'm a little like bird that reminds her, like, hey, like, did you?
Yeah, because my time management skills aren't very good, and I'm not very organized. Like, I'm always doing things last minute. And Jonathan's like, babe, the podcast does not run that way. Like, you need to give Ian a few days to edit. You need to give yourself time to film the ads. Like, you can't just like half-ass this, you know? I'm like, okay, I have to lock in for the podcast. So thankfully, like, we are back from our annual Disney trip. Franco's birthday's coming up, but I feel like now we're locked into our work because our production team, our managers, they were off for the holidays too, so we didn't have anyone being like, hey, like, this is your schedule this week. And now everyone's back, so now it's like, okay, we have to lock in because everyone's back at work and we need to get it going. But yeah, I just wanted to have Jonathan kind of give you guys closure, let you know that he's gone and that you can follow him on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, follow the businesses. Guys, thankfully, we do have an announcement. We're bringing back Vibe & Co. She's there, coming back. We already have like a few things that we're launching. We just kind of need to like shoot them. We already shot some of the things, but we need to like organize the launch, which is exciting. So now he's gonna be even more busy because he also runs Vibin, and like I feel like a lot of people. This is what I'm just gonna say it because on TikTok this week it went viral that one of like the biggest couples is getting a divorce. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, Desmond and Christy. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's because when like a guy retires and like becomes an influencer, they like start falling out of love, or like they start putting on a show and then they realize it is just a show, whatever. And I feel like Jonathan and I have made it a priority to not make it like that. Like, you never wanted to just be a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, hell
to an
no.
influencer
and
wife.
I still don't.
And you've never been that. And it was never like, oh, Jonathan edits my videos, he helps me with ads. Like his thing has always been J&J and Spill the Beans, Vibe & Co. Even like my business, Belle and Frank, he ran everything in the back end. I was just doing the marketing. And a lot of people thought like, what is he doing? Like, why is he just home? But it's like, he's not. Like, you don't know what it's like to run businesses in the back end. So like I already have so much to do with my channels and my social medias. And I think that we did a really, really good job with making it not only like, oh, he's a stay-at-home husband to an influencer wife. Like he has his own businesses and like his YouTube channels do amazing. And it's just like we're both making money, you know, and we've done a good job and I'm so proud of us for that. But yeah, I feel like I'm just proud of you, honey.
Thanks, babe. I'm proud of you too.
I feel like we've done like for a long time. I was like, I'm living my dream, and I knew you weren't. Like I knew you were really grateful with everything, but I knew like I didn't see a spark in your eye. Even with like Vibin, it was fun and it was purposeful for you. But now it's like, oh my god, like this guy is excited to get up at 6 tomorrow, not I. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just really proud and sad and excited and happy, and we'll have you back with compadre, hopefully compadre Luis.
Yeah, guys, I'll be back. I'll be a special guest.
We'll
I'll
do some
fill
husband
in.
podcasts.
If Noemi ever wants to take like a month trip to Fiji, I'll be here. But yeah, other than that, guys, thank you so much for treating me so nicely. You guys were the best. I feel like you have seen us grow. Literally, I believe the first podcast, if I'm not mistaken, you go back, scroll all the way down. The first podcast, I had literally platinum hair. I had platinum hair. We lived in our little apartment, and like we were young kids, and we were kids, you know. You saw me gain 50 pounds. You saw me lose 40. You saw me with platinum hair. You saw me with a beard,
curly
with no beard.
hair.
You saw me with a little boy and then a little girl. Chonch was a special guest for a long time, Belen, when like she couldn't like be without us. So thank you guys. Like I really appreciate you. Ian, cue the sad music. I'm gonna miss you guys. You're one of the best like memories I've ever had. Like Spill the Beans was iconic. It was one of the very first podcasts when podcasts were coming out. We caught the trend early, and now February or January will be 6 years, I think. Like it's crazy. And the community we've built, the merch you guys bought, the questions, the confidence, the respect and confidence you guys had in like trusting us with your anonymous questions, whether they were funny because you slept with your cousin or sad because your husband cheated on you while you were pregnant. Like regardless, guys, I appreciate you and thank you so much for trusting me with all of that information. And I hope the advice that I gave you guys helped. And if it didn't, or if maybe one day I came off as rude, entitled, arrogant, narcissist, it wasn't my intention, guys. I just say the things how they are. And remember, everyone just has different perspectives, right? Like it's just not someone that might not be a bad person. It's just maybe they've lived through something different that causes them to be that certain way. So yeah.
Damn, money. That's deep.
I love you guys.
Was that it? You ended it?
What is that at?
I'm like, I still have 5 questions
Oh,
for you
really?
now.
Oh.
Let me just see my notes because I was like, wait, I think you just, yeah. Yeah, no, literally.
Was it at?
It was gratitude, why you're ready, what this means for you. And that's basically it. I guess I just wanted to end it with letting you know that this is what you will be seeing in this coming year. I mean, our setup is this. You'll see the decorations change for like Valentine's Day, Christmas. You guys saw it. I feel like we gave you a good taste of what Spill the Beans for the Girls is going to be because we've done it for 2 months, right? But we're just excited to talk our shit now, because at this we're kind of like testing the waters and seeing like, are people going to respond well to Noemi? And now we're like, no, like whether you like I know there's a lot of people that don't love change, and those are the people that are like, oh, but I was so used to seeing Jonathan. And while we thank you and love you for that, because obviously like we started this together and it was a couples podcast, there's changes that have to be made, and we're so glad that instead of just ending the podcast, we were able to keep going a different route. And you guys will still hear me talk about Jonathan. I won't talk too much about you, babe, I promise. I'll keep it alleged. But you guys will be seeing a lot of talk on like motherhood, marriage, relationships, friendship, growth, real life. You guys will see us do like a lot of girl talk and like dive into how do you get your pink back after being a mother, which is crazy. And we'll be able to dive into more girl related topics. And then when we need to have a guy's perspective, we will for sure be bringing Jonathan and Luis on for sure. And like, getting their perspective on things. But I'm just so glad that you trust me with the podcast, because you could have very well been like, you know what, I started this and you should just end it,
Oh, hell no. I trust both of you guys. And you guys make a great team.
Yeah, we are really a good team. But
yeah, guys, but catch me on Instagram, TikTok,
Snapchat,
because I feel like one of the I saw Natalie Cuevas say this, that it's the year of the horse, and she didn't really say what that meant, but
you're like, this is my interpretation.
I feel like this is my interpretation. It's like being more yourself. And I don't know if you guys follow me. For those that follow me on TikTok, I've been kind of sprinkling kind of more like how I really am, and I feel like my introduction was my TikTok about the animals, and then just ranking, and like I want to be more myself on social media and see where that takes me. I really want to do like Ryan and Ian, our production team, they like mentioned like, oh, what are you gonna do after the podcast now? Like, do you want to start your own podcast like yourself? I was like, hell no. But like, I've always loved the show, and this ties into JJ's Buns and Drums, like man versus food. Specifically, when you go, the guy goes. It's like a show. Do you ever watch it? It was on cable. You didn't have like, antenna, or so whatever. You didn't have to pay for it, and it was like he goes and tries the hottest wings all over the country and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, like if I were to do social media, that's something I would do. Yeah,
like you would be a food review.
Yeah. Guy. So then Ryan was like, oh, what if you go and you fly and you try other food trucks, because you're a food truck owner, so what better advice than yours? And then I told Blanca, I was like, babe, like not everyone has the blessing enough to have a big social media and like have a popping food truck because of it. How about I go and I review food trucks here in Colorado, and I kind of give them promotion based on like that, and that way I can help other people get that exposure that I was so blessed to just receive because of you guys. And everyone loved that idea. So you guys will see that's genuine content from me. And
another thing too is that I was telling Jonathan, and I think we touched base on this in some podcast last year, but Jonathan went through a lot of shit trying to get his food truck running, like getting permits, doing this and doing that. So I told him, like, what if there was someone that came up to you and said, hey, I really want to own the food truck. Can you please sit down and mentor me and tell me how to do all of this? Because I feel like the one thing, and I think in every career, like even as an influencer, nobody is going to tell you like, hey, do this and this and this so you can be successful. And I think that we've dealt with this, like me on my end, there's so many things that I have to learn and I've had to do by myself to get monetized on social media, that no one, like no matter how good of a friend someone might be, like they will still not sit down and tell you, hey, this is what I did, or here's my contact.
Or like literally grab your phone and tell you that this this is the button you press to apply to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's not that.
So I think that Jonathan and I have made it a priority in life to be those people and be like, nobody did it for us, so we're going to do it for you. And so when people ask me like, what do you edit on? How do you do this? How do you do that? I literally say, oh, this is what I edit on. This is how I do this. Like, I show you guys how I make my thumbnails. I show you how I do everything. And that's what I was telling Jonathan. Like, even if one day, like, someone wanted to do that, you could host like a little class and be like, all right, guys, everyone come, bring your notebooks, your pen, and I'm going to tell you exactly where you need to go to get your permits, where you need to go to get your food. Like, because he's been in Denver and like he's shopped around all the food places. And, you know, I was like, I feel like that would be something amazing that you could do for the community with your knowledge, you know? So let us know if that's a good idea also, because I know that a lot of people dream of having food trucks too. So
or you could do it for other people. Like, I know I get a lot of messages like, oh, my mom and my dad want to start a food truck, but they're older Mexican people. They don't even speak English. Well, you grab your pen, you grab your notebook, do something for them for once. Take like my class or whatever and be like, I got you, mom and dad.
Perfect. So let us know if that's a good idea, if that's something you guys would want to see. And well, I think that's going to wrap our podcast. That's officially, you're official. Goodbye.
That's crazy. I would have never thought it would end like this.
Me neither.
In front of a pink setting in the basement.
With spray painted pink microphone stands.
But honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it like, this is our last Spill the Beans episode. I wouldn't want it like,
we fell off. We don't get views no more.
Yeah, we don't get views. We had to stop. We got whatever. Like, it's just, this is perfect.
This is the best case scenario. Well, thank you for coming on today, babe.
Thank you, babe.
And looking forward to your comments on the rest of the podcast episodes.
All right, guys. Later.
We'll see you next week.
Yay Media Group.